Only 8% of the land in England is accessible to us. The rest is forbidden. Now, I don't know who owns this land or whether it is owned. All I know is a right to roam is long overdue.
Aborigines don't own the land. They belong to them. It's like their mother. See those rocks sticking up there? They're standing up there for 600 million years. Still be there when you and I are gone. So arguing over who owns them. Like two fleas arguing over who owns the dog they're with.
This little tract of lakeland and forest could be anywhere in the UK. But if it was in Scotland, I'd be walking without fear of prosecution. I'm not encouraging you all to go out and break the law, but here's a quote for you. Making their way the only way they know how. Life's just a little bit more than the law will allow. It's winter now here in England, but the woods are still teeming with life, some of it not so welcome. Our seasons are definitely changing. More subtle, less harsh. Up until today, it's felt more like autumn. There's even the odd leaf on the tree. Cold today though. Have to say, it's been the latest fall that I can remember. Wild camping, to me, is an escape from the world. I just love the simplicity of it, with only food, shelter and warmth to worry about. Maybe it's just me, but life just seems far too noisy, and the world is a very confusing place. Wild camping isn't.
But we have lost the way. Greed has poisoned men's souls, has barricaded the world with hate, has goose-stepped us into misery and bloodshed. We have developed speed, but we have shut ourselves in. Machinery that gives abundance has left us in want. Our knowledge has made us cynical, our cleverness hard and unkind. We think too much and feel too little. More than machinery, we need humanity. More than cleverness, we need kindness and gentleness. Without these qualities, life will be violent, and all will be lost.
The last thing I was expecting was wild pigs. I'm bloody glad I'm not ground dwelling tonight. For all you experts in topography and geography, this is a lake, not a broad. This here is a great little spot for a tarp, a bivvy or a hammock. But I know of a better one. It's at times like this that I wish I had a better camera. I've been toying with the idea of buying a proper camera. Gotta say though, I'm put off by all that extra weight to carry. So until a suitable lightweight option comes along, I'm going to be sticking with my iPhone. This is where all your balloon dreams and birthday wishes come to die. As I mentioned earlier, I've seen no signs to say that these woods are private. There is a fence, but it's broken and breached in many places. I've not broken, damaged or climbed over anything to get here. I won't be having any fires and I won't be cutting down any trees either.
The age of men is over. The time of the orc has come.
This forest is quite old and some of the trees quite scary. That last one looked like it bore the face of an orc, or Harvey Weinstein as legend goes. Lots of deadfall around too, and more widowmakers than a Republican president fearing impeachment. If you like that, you're gonna love this. We must be cautious. By the way, this is not a video on how to trespass, nor is it a video on should you trespass. More of a guide on appeasing your conscience if you find yourself trespassing. You're probably looking at the title of this video and thinking, what does that old codger know about wild camping? Well, I have been doing it for over 50 years now, long before it became a trend. You might also think, well, I only camp in the national parks where it's tolerated. Brother, it's only tolerated because they can't police or tax it. When they do, they'll cast you out. And at this point in the argument, someone usually chirps up, well, I wouldn't want anyone camping in my back garden. That's not what I'm talking about. One of the biggest offenders of access rights in England and Wales is the Crown. So the way I see it is, we pay and have been paying to the unelected for our own exclusion. Time to lighten the mood a bit. More on that one later.
That is one big pile of shit.
This is what's known as a bauge or bed. I think it's where our porcine friends are sleeping at night. I'm going to pop back later and see if they're at home. So how are you all? Certainly is a crazy world at the moment, isn't it? What with the Ukraine and now Iran, things have definitely gone up a notch. Talking of the crazy, as well as raising 4 daughters and keeping a wife, I've decided to complicate my life a little further in the form of a dog. He's called Blue and he's a 5-month-old Cocker Spaniel. When he learns to return, my soloing days are over. And if my wife is watching this, I'm sorry, darling. Need to find somewhere to pitch up, and this looks like it has some potential. Oh, bollocks. It's just not even enough for the shelter I'm using tonight. Whoa. I bet you're all thinking what I'm thinking. What a great place for a dugout. Superb little place for a tarp. And what a view. I'm so tempted to camp here for the night, but this is clearly a game trail. And being that we're in the middle of the rutting season, I don't fancy getting humped to death by some randy stag. I'm gonna press on and check out some other spots along the lake shore. I can always return to this one if they don't work out. Looks like someone else has had the same idea as me. Just to segue back to this video's main theme. I've been wild camping for decades. Always left no trace and never been asked to move on. Do you want to know why? Because I don't leave a mess like this. And these are adults, judging by this reading material. Jeez, clean up after your bloody selves. Filthy heathens. Ultimately, this type of behaviour will spoil it for everyone else. A beautiful location, I think you'll all agree. And quite a contrast to the weather I found when I visited last week. Snow is a rarity here in Norfolk and always a bonus on a wild camp. Doubt I'll get that lucky tonight though. Forecast is for more cold weather. So gear wise, I'm going to prep for the worst and hope for the best.
I don't want to live in a hole anymore. It makes me feel poor.
We are poor, but we're happy.
Come see, come sa. Anyway, the views are better above ground.
The grey rain curtain of this world rolls back and all turns to silver glass. And then you see it. This will do very nicely I think I'm going to set up amongst those rhododendrons. It's a bit too open for my liking here. Tonight, I'm going to be using the Alpkit Tarp Star. I know what you're all now thinking. He always uses that one. Well, there's a reason for that. It's like the Swiss Army knife of tents and does exactly what I want it to do. And because it's going to turn so cold tonight, I'm going to layer up my sleep systems. Should we take a look? First off the bat, we have the Nemo Extreme Condition sleeping pad with a Trekology pillow. Then we have the Alpkit Cloud Cover quilt, and on top of that, the Sea to Summit 4-season quilt. Then, to keep the wind and any condensation out, we have the Alpkit Cloak Bivy bag. I think that should be enough. Time for dinner. For tonight's dinner, I will be preparing a delicate fusion of American and Chinese cuisine, an amalgam of cultures, if you will, utilising secret Asian spices and a tinned meat so unique it helped win a war. Of course, there are other choices on the menu tonight. You can either have spam or...
Spam, spam, egg and spam. Spam, 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 spam. Baked beans, spam, spam, spam and spam. Or lobster thermidor crevettes with a Mornay sauce, garnished with truffle pate brandy and a fried egg on top and spam.
Spam, 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 spam. Lovely spam, wonderful spam. Lovely spam, avoiding a copyright strike. I've rather stupidly forgotten my bottle opener. But never mind, because I have the power.
I became He-Man, the most powerful man in the universe.
Getting back to the title of this video, I find it inexplicable that 92% of this land cannot be walked upon by the common man. That's land that our ancestors could use freely before the Enclosures Act stole it from them and excluded them. But here's the real rub. You're still expected to pay for that exclusion in the form of taxes that inevitably go to pay for the crown. Then, in the event of war, pay for that hypocrisy with the blood of your children. You've got to ask yourself, what the is in it for me? I'm going to turn in now. I'll bring you back in the morning with less swearing and more words of wisdom. Night-night. Morning. Had a wild, stunning, but noisy night. This truly is a magical place. The problem I find of us as modern people is that we're of nature, but no longer natural to it, and we've become so disjointed from that nature that people would think you mad for spending your time alone in the woods. I think you're mad not to. Ecotherapy, or immersion in natural environments, is now recognised as a therapy for stress, anxiety and mental health conditions. You can't argue with the science, so get out there. These woods are so full of life, especially deer. Saw these two at twilight last night, then they spotted me. Yeah, they were quite active throughout the night too, so definitely not a place for the faint-hearted. I did revisit the pig's nest, or borge, and they were there, totally oblivious to my presence and fast asleep. Well, I suppose I should really be packing up now. As to access rights in England and Wales, until we have a right to roam like Scotland has, and whilst trespass remains a civil offence, I will say this: it's better to ask forgiveness than permission. And of course, don't go spoiling it for the rest of us. Leave no trace. And yes, I did just drop my tent in the lake. You all stay safe, and I will see you on the next one.